wanna get it crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, crunk in the club, with a get it crunk with a couple hundred thugs. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round here. Everybody round, everybody round here. Know we getting hype. Everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round, everybody round here. Know we getting hype.
Welcome back to VCT Game Changers Asia Pacific Series Open 1 Playoffs. We are still your casters for the last series of today. My name is Terror. With me is Keys Cast. It changed up real quick right there, man.
Very good support from the team. It's KeyCast. That's my tag. If you want to follow me on Twitter, of course, down below. So, but enough about that, right? We're talking about game number 3, series number 3 right now. We're on TC Arise against Shomai and Friends. Can you tell us a little bit more about the two teams we're actually taking a look at now?
One thing's for sure, one of my favorite food is shomai, and of course, with Friends, well, that's a buff right there.
Yeah, that's definitely a buff.
Top tier analysis for you guys. But looking at the two teams that we have right here, of course, TC Arise, they just had a match a while ago, their first series of the day, actually, and they won.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not mistaken, it was a 2-0 against Team SMG. And now they're facing off against Shomai and Friends, Meraki, and two Filipino teams, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So it's going to be an interesting fight. I think it would be a fast-paced game.
Yeah, I really want to see this. Two Philippine teams, and just a little context for what Shomai is. It's actually in Singapore and Malaysia, it's spelled Siumai, Siew, but it's the exact same thing. So it's actually I miss the way we cook it at home.
Dumpling?
Yeah, it is a dumpling.
Yeah.
But I miss how we cook it at home. It's a little recipe here seems to be a little bit different. So I miss the Philippine siumai, but Siumai and Friends are really hungry right now. Their name is just that's one thing I noticed.
Hungry.
It's
just
league,
the perfect time. Yeah.
Yes, but this league in VCT Game Changers APAC in particular, so many players, so many team names are about food. We used to have Donut back in the day. We have a Mochi. We had Mochi Baited. We had Muffin just now. There's Oreophilia and Siomai and Friends. It's just so much food, and it's really fun. But
just top tier analysis coming in here for both of us.
100%. Oh my gosh.
100%. But look at the maps that we have right here. Very interesting choice. Of course, Shomai and Friends picked Icebox, and they are going to be also playing on the defense is TC Arise. On the other hand, Bind was picked by TC Arise, same as Fracture. We are finally seeing more Fracture games now, if ever we reach Game 3, of course.
Yeah, it's like the reverse of the previous series where it was Fracture, Bind, Icebox. Now it's Icebox, Bind, Fracture. And I'm really interested to see here because Shomai and Friends, we haven't really seen this group play before, right?
Yeah.
They're not in 2021, but they've made it to the playoffs. They're making it pretty far, and they're now up against TC Arise, who have taken care of Team SMG earlier today. So it's going to be really interesting to see these new challengers, because just now we saw all familiar teams. The first series was familiar, the second series was familiar, and now there's one team coming into the fray. Will they make a dark horse run this tournament, or will TCRIs just show how much they've improved since last year?
I believe in the power of having that under, the dark horse of the series of the entire tournament, because people are having least or lesser expectations when it comes to the teams, and surprise, they all perform. But of course, as we head into our agent selection, we're gonna see the compositions of the teams that we have right now. Looking at it, an insta lock, of course, on the Viper. Remember, we are still playing the old patch right here on the tournament server. So Viper pick is still very powerful. Do you think we're gonna be seeing a Neon pick?
I'm not sure. Is that
They're just baiting us.
yeah, they're baiting us. Alexi on Yoru? No, not old
It's like,
Yoru.
look how to make casters happy. Just show Neon.
Remember, Twirly wasn't an Astra. They don't need an Astra for this map. So, ooh, she's playing the Duelist instead. Okay, I like this because she's really good. Something about Shoma and Friends though, it's Kachao and Capricious and Exekis. They're from the old Hasher roster. So that core is going to be really good. Nicole G and Mija, not that familiar to me, but they are definitely some staple names with Shoma and Friends.
Yeah.
So now I see the
Kachao.
roster. Oh, this fast.
Ooh. Kachao, finally. I just saw her tweet a while ago. She wants casters to cast the games. We're finally here, Kachao. We're casting your game for the third series for today. The first map is gonna be Icebox, like we just saw. We just witnessed. We saw the agent select as well. Just the typical agent selection, nothing new. You know what I'm excited to see that I've been seeing a lot for other teams in the major, like general VCT is KO picks.
Yeah.
Not much here.
Yeah. I've only really seen A Celeste run the KO. I think, if I'm not wrong, it was Iceberg as well that actually ran the KO. So I do agree that KO. In fact, I think that KO is really strong because you can shut down Chamber. If he uses a tour de force, using the knife to suppress KO is actually really important because it will give you a chance to get in, even if just for a few seconds. You just need to flush out that corner. You get information as well. So I consider KO kind of like a hybrid. So Breach doesn't give you that much information. He is a pure initiator in terms of stunning, damage, and control. While Sova is like an information initiator. He has the Owl Drone, he has the Recon Bolt as well. Even the ultimate gives you a little bit more information. KO, on the other hand, is a bit of a suppressing because that's his signature, right? He suppresses skills.
Yeah.
He can suppress the Jet ult, he can suppress the Chamber
Traps.
ultimate as well. So I think it really is a good tech. But what I'm surprised to see here is that there's no Chamber between the two teams. They actually both choose Reyna.
They both chose Reyna, you're right. And of course, we've seen a while ago how Reyna is in the composition. It might not be like your best pick for us personally, but for the players that we have right here, they play in the Lear perfectly. Look at that kill from Alexi. Just a crispy shot right to the head as well.
It's a really hot start, and I feel like every series starts off with a really fast kill like that, and Alexi is gonna keep Shoma and Friends on their toes with that first quick kill. She does not see the spike though, so they don't get too much information. And SAF, they can still go to either side because they have 2 players on A, 2 players on B. They're trying to find pickoffs, but they're starting to pull the rotations into A.
Well, we have certain rotations coming into A side, but there is one that's not leaving B, and that is Shirazi, just in case. But they are already swarming for SAF. They're swarming in on A side already. Kachao wasn't able to get a kill, so no dismiss for her. And this is Twirly just pinning down players left and right as well. It's now Capricious. It's up to her to get the shots in, but it's not going to be enough as Alexi is just crisp on the aim and just perfect when it comes to the aim on the Sheriff. They take the 1-0, and this will set the tone definitely for the 2 teams that we have.
Yeah, explosive start from TC Arise, getting those headshots left and right. And you know what? We mentioned Twirly was kind of like the star of the show in the previous series against SMG. She was on the Astra, and now she's playing the Duelist. I cannot state this enough. Having that one flex player that is able to play Duelist plus Controller or Duelist plus Sentinel or even any role is really important to the team because you can adapt your strategies for every single map. You can even adapt strategies for other teams. So I feel like Twirly is such a great addition to TCRIs, and it's gonna be an early tech pause.
Early tech pause we have right here, as you can see. But of course, we're just fixing it. It's better to have it fixed in the first rounds we have basically, instead of fixing it in the middle. So we're just gonna have like a bit of a technical pause on the side. But nevertheless, looking at the two teams that we have, a good start coming in from TCRIs. I think one of the things is they actually got a prep up a while ago from the match against Team SMG. So they're quite hot right now,
Yeah.
especially Twirly.
Yeah, Twirly really the one to watch out for. On the side of SAF though, the two duelists, I still remember them lighting up the scoreboard in previous tournaments. Kachao and Capricious, definitely two players to watch out for. And you know what? Between the two teams, it's so heartbreaking because it's nice to see Filipino teams, more and more Filipino teams come into VCT Game Changers, especially in the APAC region. But it
Mhm.
seems like we always have to see them eliminate each other. It used to be Nigma Galaxy having to eliminate the other Philippine teams. They're not here right now, but if they were here, there would be three Philippine teams, and I really love seeing the scene with these Filipino teams coming in.
Well, the two teams that we have is definitely Filipino teams, both of them. So I am expecting, when I told you about the story a while ago, how Filipino teams are usually going in for like the pow pow, the surprise, the fast paced kind of play style. I think we are bound to see the same thing that is going to happen for these two teams that we have right here. I'm not sure if they actually have matched up before yet, but so far for the team like TCRIs, like you said a while ago, Marky or Key, we've seen them before here in FSL, here in Game Changers. And Shomai and Friends, on the other hand, we've seen them too, but on another banner, on a different banner.
Yeah,
And this time around, there is two new additional players for the teams. And of course, seeing that, it's going to be a different synergy. It's going to be a different chance or opportunity for both sides of the teams.
I'm just gonna say Nicole G sounds like a pop star's name,
Yeah,
so
Nicole
I
G.
like
No,
Nicole
you're
G.
saying Sarah G, man. I
Oh
know
no
what
no
you're
no
trying to
no no
say
no
here.
no. Okay, let's see. It's
It sounds like that. I know what you mean, but
yeah,
it's not.
kind
Oh
of
well.
it's kind of missing. Who was with Kachao? It was Japips.
Yeah,
Yeah, so kind of
Japips.
kind of miss seeing Japips, but Shoma and Friends now a different team.
But Nicole G,
Nicole
like
G.
you said, sounds good too to the ears as well.
Yeah,
Not sure if it's Mija or Miha. I think it's Miha.
it might be Miha, right? So Nicole G used to be in Dynasty Arise, so that's pretty
Mm.
interesting. The
Well, I want to
old
look at the stats here actually. For TCRIs, they've been playing Icebox 14 times in total. And looking at stats as well, they are much more strong. It's a 50-50 here. 57%, 55% for the attack win rate and 47% for the defense win rate.
hmm,
And on the other hand, let me just have a quick check on Shomai and Friends as well. If we take a look at the stats and the games or the maps that they played out, little sample size we have here are only two matches and 100% win rate for both of two matches that they had. It's 74% defense win rate they
oh, that's
have
high.
round wins. Yeah, that's quite high, and 50% on the attack. So they're more according to stats. Of course, it's a small sample size we're looking at right now. It's just two maps for Shomai and Friends that we have on Valorant GG. But of course, it just shows that they're more stronger in the defense, supposedly.
Yeah, and I just want to point out as well, this might be the last time or at least this in this tournament, in this circuit, this is gonna be the last uh tournament that we're gonna see this patch in. Because the next patch reworks Icebox a little bit. Yellow gets moved, there's some changes to the map. There's also a difference in the agents. Like we might not see Viper next time on Icebox because of the nerfs. We might see Brim instead. I really love Brim, by the way, and I'm just gonna say, Stimmy Turner is my new champ.
Steamy Turner.
Stimmy Turner.
Bring in the steamy Mr. Breamy
Yeah.
is what I want to
Oh,
say.
okay.
But
I like it. I like it.
yeah, good one. Yeah.
I like it.
But if you think about it, and like you said, I'm excited also for the next map, or rather the next patch. If we play it out, there's gonna be new metas. There's gonna be new play styles, literally completely different because it's such a big patch.
Yeah,
Do you
it's.
think that we're gonna see Yoru on tournament setting?
I actually think so. There will be mad lads that will pick Yoru. I'm gonna say one of the first few people that will pick Yoru is Forsaken because he's played it on Bind
Really?
before. Yeah, in SGMY he's actually played Yoru on Bind. They only specifically had that strat for Bind, but it was Bind was banned out for quite a while, so we didn't
Mhm.
really see it that often. But Forsaken is one of those players who can play every single agent because we've seen him on the Sova, we've seen him on the Sky. He's most famous for his jet, but Paper Rex actually is allowed to flex because Forsaken can flex.
Oof. But we were talking about other Southeast Asian region teams. If you are not aware,
Yeah.
and of course this is going back to the tournament itself, the official riot circuit when it comes to game changers. Of course, completely different play style we are looking at, and for these two teams, for example, already we've seen 3 series for today, and so far the first series, here's my initial reactions, okay? First series, it was a bit messy.
Yeah.
Second series, it goes like much cleaner. On the third series, I think it's gonna be like hot, clean, fast.
Okay. I mean, I like that because Philippine teams, they, like you mentioned, they can play very fast and they can play really aggressive, like just explosive getting to the site. And you need that for Icebox as well. But right now, TC Arise seem to be the one, or the capital Arise, or just Arise, as their 3-letter tag is. They're the ones that are have had the early start. They got the first round. And the funny part is they're on defense, but we saw Alexi just push up in front. So there's the pow, but instead it came from the defenders. And we'll see if that happens yet again for the defending side.
And oh, what a shot again for Alexi here. You know, that weight from the technical pause didn't stop her from having that kind of an aim. And also Capricious is also from Arise before. So going back to the game, right now we are looking just a complete utter shutdown coming in from Arise with a 2-0 and an overkill right there.
I like how he called it an overkill, but I'm pretty sure they all
trying to gun down the floor, man.
Yeah, they were from Arise, both Nicole G and Capricious and Kachao. So they know each other. I'm pretty sure they probably were friends.
They all know each other, man. They're all friends on Facebook. What do you mean?
It's all
I'm
good
friends
fun.
with all of them, basically, too.
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
not
in
sure,
good fun
actually.
for these players, and it's definitely showing because they're having fun and they seem to know each other's tendencies. That's the other thing, right? If you play with each other, you scrim with each other, you tend to know their tendencies. And look at the tendency here. They know Alexi would be there. She gets a shot onto Kachao's leg, but she's gonna get healed by Nicole G. Alexi also gets tagged a little bit, but she's gonna get topped up as well. It's gonna be an AX kit for Shoma and friends. They have the bigger guns, but Alexi has the biggest gun in her here right now. That aggressive operator buy on the third round, on their supposed bonus round, is a bit risky, but they might be able to get away with it. The plant is gonna go down for SAF, but Twirly is gonna take down Exekeys. There's a kill as well. There's another kill from Shirazi from that snake, but Twirly gets yet another kill, all down to Capricious, who gets taken out by Shirazi and
What just
TC
happened?
Arise. What is going on? This is your bonus round, but you're playing like it's match point.
It all started, all boiled down, of course, when they have the operator on the hands of Alexi. Now they kind of knew that it was gonna happen, that there is gonna be a jet, but did they expect that it's gonna be an operator immediately? I don't think so. And because of that, they had second doubts. They had doubts on how to push. And because of that doubts, of course, worrying that there is an operator, all of the other team members were already able to go around the corner, and they were able to even punish. Look at Twirly just flanking all the way. the rotation, the delay that operator I think brought upon into this match.
I'm gonna say that TC Rise look extremely confident that they can get away with whatever they're doing, and it really showed that round. That aggressive operator buy, the flanks, the push forward, they really know how to destroy Stroma and friends. And right now there seems to be a small force buy here, but Twirly is gonna get a kill, immediately exits with a dismiss, 49 HP on her. Alexi also got tapped to the head, 145 in 1. That's the sheriff at range for you, and she doesn't even find a kill. They both need to get topped up by this Sage, but Shoma and friends, they're trying to inch into this B site right now.
Still no top up by Zinni on Alexi right there. Still too far, I would say. But finally going in for the heal. They Twirly can use the overheal anyway later on. But Alexi just trying to pinch down where the Viper is as well. Ali right above the corner, just holding forth for the side here on Arise. They are waiting for the toxic screen maybe to hop on before they make an entry. Just looking for picks right now for the team, especially that they are on an eco.
Yeah, but they know they can move their rotation onto the B side because A was pretty clear, so they're already inching in. They might be able to get the spike down, but it's going to be a hard hold as Ali is going to try to take down the wall. Sprays a whole clip of that Vandal. That plant is going to go... No, it doesn't go down as Shirazi gets 2 double kills. They just lined up for her, and it's going to be easy 2 kills. Miha takes 1 kill though as Shirazi takes a third. It's going to be a quadra kill for Shirazi. It actually cleans house, and it's going to be a 4-0 for Arise.
Clean 4-0. Like I said, Key, I already said it a while ago. I think it's gonna be hot, clean, and fast for the team. And Arise is just stepping up to the stepping the gas pedal right here. And just a quick replay on what went down on that round. Of course, Shoma and friends, they were on an eco. They were already on a disadvantage. But heading towards round 5, this is going to be their buy round. Capricious is just sticking to the Blade Storm right now. So let's hope she gets 1 and maybe pick up a gun. Or maybe even 2 if she wants to.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some jets pop off on an eco with this Blade Storm, so let's see if she can pull it off. I actually have a question for you. So is Ali also another Alyssa?
Probably.
Probably, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, probably. Ali, my nickname is Ali. I'm Eliza,
okay.
Probably she's also an Elisa or an Eliza. I don't know.
Who knows, but we'll see.
But I guess, yeah, there's just, Alis are strong, man.
Yes, very strong.
I'm biased when it comes to the name.
No, I think it's 100% acceptable. But look at it right now. I'm looking at Shoma and friends. They're having such difficulties in getting space in the map. Look at her. Ooh, Alexi getting a little bit too curious, too aggressive there. They immediately lose the operator. Kachao gets a kill as well. Shoma and friends, are they finally showing up here as Shirazi does not get taken down? There's the shock darts coming out, does not kill her. Capricious gets taken down low, and that plant is gonna go through for SAF.
I'm not sure if there are still knives up and online. I think there are still some. But on the other hand, this is the Lear coming in. So much walls on the hands of Kachao though. The kills just goes on and on. Ali is stuck in a position, but she was able to get that triple kill with the help of this wall. She's gonna take another, yes, you will. And of course with the fake tap right there, and of course with the recon as well, he tries to find where the last remaining enemy is. Prozone fake, Prozone fake. Oh, right behind ya is another player from Shoma and friends. Too close of a round.
Yeah, it was too close, and that was such a great play from Ellie. She got 4. It was so close to being the ace there, but I don't think she expected the Viper to be able to go around because the lineups typically for this are in Boiler. So when she saw this Snakebite come in, she actually just thought, okay, maybe she's coming from Boiler, but at that point, Exekeys already made the rotation down mid, already made her way behind Ali, and was able to finally secure a round for SAF. But you know what? The Capital Arise, they've kept a lot of creds from the previous round, so they're still able to full buy.
True. On the other hand, Ali wasn't supposed to get those kills in Anyway, it was a double peak already. Look at that clean kill coming in from Alexi yet again. Able to punish one player out, and this is the rest coming up as well. Lear comes in, but there is someone to shut it down. Twirly is just ready to take on the action. As she takes one, she can just dismiss out with a double kill. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Twirly on the turn. She gets it. This is the Hunter's Fury answering back from Mia, but also Alexi is on the other hand trying to pinch down the enemies. Twirly is on fire.
Yeah, she's really on fire. We saw that in the previous series. Oh, she gets taken out by Mia. She doesn't even see her because that Lear was able to track her from her position before that Lear came out. And it's all down to Mia with 20 HP, 3v1 right now. There's also going to be a flank as well. So they're going to make sure that they get her. There's a wall used as well. They're all trying to look for her as Shirazi is going to take her down and Arise reset SAF.
5-1 is the scoreline. TZ Arise just rising up to the challenge right now. And I think it's going to be a timeout, yeah. This is a very specific, or rather a needed timeout for the team of SAF. If you think about it, Twirly is just cracked on that round. She was able to just quickly kill 3 players like that. It's also the decision of not getting the dismiss immediately after getting the first kill. She was like, you know what? I'm on a roll right now. Maybe let's get another one before I dismiss out. Because she has that opportunity. That orb is not going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah, it's really a matter of decision making, right? That's what separates the good Reynas from the great Reynas. The use of utility is all about the timing of it. And she recognized she was able to get another kill before having to dismiss away. So making good use of that one dismiss, not using it early, not using it just because you can, is one of the hallmarks of a great Reyna player. And Twirly, you know what? She's so good with utility, not just on Reyna, but also earlier today we saw her on the Astra. She assisted her team so many times with the stars. She's just such a great player for Rise.
Definitely. I completely agree with you, no? And looking at the two teams right now, we are now heading to the 7th round, and they are forced into an eco yet again for Shomai and friends. They need to capitalize on the sheriffs and if you think about it, we were talking about it already a while ago, that it shouldn't be put out of position whenever you're in a sheriff or in an eco, because they can get those kills in. Look at that! The sharp kill coming in from Kachao. That's one down. And of course, they go back a little.
Yeah, they can get those headshots. Unfortunately for them though, those kills are a bit too far. They can't recover the gun, so they can't upgrade. So they still have to make even more ridiculous shots with the sheriff as Alexi gets the first kill. Has a mistake with the dash though, but she smokes away to safety anyway. Right now,
Not
still...
a problem.
Yeah, no problem at all. Oh, she sees the jiggle. Kachao. Oh!
Too close! Too close! She was able to get another kill going for the 3rd, but Shirazi takes it away. Nicole G is the only person remaining here in a 4v1 situation.
30 seconds left.
Can she find a way? She sees the smoke. She knows already, but this is the peak. Coming in from Alexi, being comfortable already, jumping up and down, just going around, going for the knife kill. Is she going for the knife kill, or she's just annoying the hell out of Nicole?
She's styling, that's for sure. She knew that her teammate was there to go for the trade anyway. She just wanted to distract Nicole G. Hopping around. Look at this, Kachao. You were just calling it, right? You say it every time, and you're definitely Nostradamus at this point. Because
I'm telling you already. I know everything. I can see the future because my time here is different from yours. I'm 1 hour behind.
I see. You can see. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could see the future, but please tell me, Crystal Ball, if SAF are gonna take this round, because they are in a big deficit. 1-6 right now for Shomai.
Here's what I think. I think it's a yes, actually. Capricious is going in hot here. She was able to punish one already, but Alexi, yet again, they can't get a hold of this operator. They can't seem to get her out of the way.
She's just too good, but they make it even though. Exekeys is gonna take Zinni down. There's the owl drone spotting Alexi out. She's gonna move away, back into yellow, but she's gonna get yet another kill. Alexi is playing out of her mind right now. This is
You know what I
insane.
don't understand? If they can't get the first kill already, why keep re-peeking and pushing her out
That's
with
true.
only one player?
And with no utility, right? That's what you want the
Yeah.
leader used for. That's what you want.
They had the
smokes for.
opportunity. Listen, they had the opportunity a while ago. They had the Sova drone. She was detected, but there's no follow-up. There's no one around.
I completely agree. Those are the pain points right now for SAF because they're actually not using their utility to their advantage. They're depending on these frags. Oh my
She still
god!
managed to get away.
No, she's so slippery. And she might just be able to find more kills here as Twirly starts peeking out. Oh, she gets spotted. Kachow takes her scalp off. They're trying to shoot. Oh my god, Alexi's in the smoke.
Really?
No way, she's just styling right now. It's all down to Alexi versus Kachow. And Alexi gets the shot from this operator. She's having fun. This is no sweat for her.
This is the most annoying thing ever for Shomai and friends right now. How can you actually get Alexi out of the way? It seems like she's always making her way out. You know, there are like dashes where it's wrong already, but she still managed to get away.
I think SAF are just not doing a good job in punishing her. It's like you said,
Yeah.
they have the utility,
No
they're
trade.
using it, but there's no trade. There's no one peeking off the owl drone. There's no one peeking off the trade. If you want to kill an operator, you need to use some utility. You need to use your smokes, some
Oh.
flashes, some leers. Oh, really aggressive position here. I call that the Zesby wall because he's one of the first ones I've seen really use this wall on Icebox. So that's really interesting wall, but it doesn't find anyone, but they do find the kills instead. Shirazi takes executes down. Zinni and Ali take one kill each apiece as well. SAF, they're all just getting butchered. They turn into Swiss cheese right now as Miha, the only one left alive, and they're all healthy on the side of Arise.
Oh, such a good bait and switch situation there for PC Arise, and the perfect shot for Alexi yet again. First of all, they can't punish the operator. Second of all, they can't go in on sites because the players of TC Arise are just ready to take on the action. Quick replay on what just happened. Look at this. Bait and switch. Even with the slow, she would just hide. She would just chill and let her other team member. This is teamwork right in front of our eyes. The problem here right now for Shomai and friends is still the same. They have those utilities, but what are they doing with those utilities? Are they using it to actually find someone, get information and not capitalize on it? They have information, yes, but what do they do with it?
Yeah, there's really nothing that they're doing. You can tell that they're a little bit more fragmented, and Arise, they're just playing off of that. Like, they're not doing anything with the information. That's what allows Arise to just push forward because nothing is being done. Arise is able to take the space. Look at this. Quick rotations from the A side. They know that it is probably going to be a B hit. They've already rotated 3 onto B. It's going to be so hard for SAF to get into this site. They're rotating one back to A just for some information, so Ali's gonna be there, but they're pretty sure it's gonna be B because they're still committing 3 members here. Alexi is still in mid, and Shirazi gonna take one down with Miha with a headshot. But Twirly is gonna stop this push in its tracks as she gets 2 headshots. She starting to miss.
Oh, she is starting to miss, but this is not gonna be a miss for Alexi. She takes one down, and again, just annoying the hell out of the last remaining player, just tiptoeing around the corner for the space just to be created for other players of TC Arise to actually capitalize on the kill. Such good takes. You know, you were saying a while ago already, I was looking at the mini-map as well, when you were talking about the rotations. Like, immediately when they knew it was gonna be a B hit, players have rotated. But when I check the mini-map, there is still one that is left. That is Ali on A side, and the Jet, Alexi, is still on mid. So they have complete utter control of the map still, despite knowing that it's gonna be a B hit. So there's no way, there's no chance that they are gonna be able to move around the map, and they're just in a sandwich position at that point.
And just you know, TC Arise are getting away with everything. Alexi only has 2 deaths in 10 rounds. That's just how insane she's been playing. That she's been getting away with the kills. Oh, Kachao is gonna take Zingy down though, so this might be the opening that they need. They take 2, they take 3. Alexi finally gets taken down.
You know, the map Icebox, it's a map where there is comebacks. Always. So it's not impossible for the 2 teams remaining right here, but Shirazi was able to get one already. The Empress up and online, used by Twirly. A 2v2 situation with Kachao. Oh, also with the overheal coming up. This is now the toxic screen. This is their chance to actually hop in. There's no top of the spike, so no one would actually peek out. Here is the opportunity, and they took it completely in their hands. Twirly gets the 2K. I don't know what happened. I don't even know how she got that kill, the swing, and the transfer.
It's free. Arise are just a bit too insane right now. They even recovered the operator. It doesn't matter that they recovered the operator because they are fully stacked with creds. And right now, there's only 1 round going away with Shaman and Friends. Yeah, they're getting the transfer through her teammate. So Twirly really twirling around there.
Curious about? They didn't even do some damage to Shirazi.
Yeah, that was really
right
strange.
In front of her.
Yeah, that was.
I think it was a time where they got too shocked whether to actually aim on Shirazi first or Twirly first. And up until that, they were just messed out.
Yeah, they just got absolutely destroyed. And it looks very tilting. Oh, and that is yet another tilter as they get taken down. 2 for 1 right now. And Capricious just cannot find a break. She's trying to look for all of these openings, but she just keeps getting shut down. And just so difficult for them because Arise seem to be so ready for this. Shoma and Friends are just gonna get destroyed and taken down 1 by 1. It's a 4v2 right now. And the last 2 members remaining, I'm not sure what they can do because nothing has worked out for them. Oh, Alexi, uncharacteristically, misses a shot there.
This is the way that they can actually step up or get up. If Alexi misses the shot, the opportunity is there to take it back, but it's still not gonna happen as TC Arise takes this to 11-1. Very clean rounds coming in from the team. The switch, though, this is the interesting part because, of course, when it comes to economy, it's a complete reset, and this is gonna be a pistol round yet again. Are we gonna see Ferrari peaks? Maybe.
Well, you mentioned it at the very beginning, right? This matchup is gonna be hard, quick, and clean and fast. And that's definitely what's happening right now. Only for TC Arise because they're really cleaning up here. It's just clean kills from them. None of their players are in double-digit deaths. The highest one is Ali with 6 deaths out of 12. Like, it's just so clean for them.
17 kills, 4 deaths. That is KDA for Twirly right there, ladies and gents. We are looking at it very cleanly as TCRIs. They are in such a big advantage, but do not discount. Of course, this is a swap for the teams that we have right here. A swap on the sides. Will they be able to actually come back from this? The orb not being contested at all. Alexi right above 410 already, and trying to get the headshot in. It's not connecting at all.
Alexi,
but the damage is there, you know.
Did a little bit of damage, not enough, especially uncharacteristic for Alexi, who just jumps over the wall, takes Kachao down. Just pushed up over there. Twirly is looking behind the wall, swings out, gets to kill Exekis, gets taken down as well as Capricious is the last one alive. It's gonna take Twirly down though, now down to 1v1. Shirazi has the advantage of the smoke, sneaks in. She's in the corner. Capricious knows this though, but doesn't matter as Shirazi gets the kill. And oh no, SAF, you lost a pistol round. You're on match point. What do you do?
I'm such a nostra. Hot, clean, and fast. That's how the rounds are gonna go. Look at it. Twirly just getting kills left and right. It's unstoppable. How can you stop the force? Like, Alexi doesn't have the operator anymore, yes, but Twirly, how do you deal with her?
I really don't know. She can do it on the Astra, she can do it on the Reyna. Like, how do you stop someone like that? She's just ruining teams left and right because she's just so good.
This is a take, and of course, a force coming in from the two duelists right here. Alexei didn't jump well right there, but Shirazi was able to punish one player already. That is Nicole G. Very tough position right here for the side of SAF, but they're trying their best right now. The Lear comes in, it's just perfect for Kachao to not be able to see anyone. There is that wall. Capricious stuck at a position. Can she actually take kills after kills? This is a 2v1 situation right now.
It's difficult. She doesn't have that much health remaining. She's up against two Spectres and full armors on both. And they can even play a little bit of a post plan here because they still have a shock dart. And oh, she takes Ally down a little bit low, but that's gonna be Capricious. It's gonna be a 13-1, our fastest map yet today.
Well, you've seen it here. A VCT Game Changers, a 13-1 score. I guess I am really from the future right here. I'm actually surprised myself that it was really hot, clean, and fast as well. So, looking at it, TZ Arise, they're coming in here with a very strong footing. Coming in from Alexi and also Twirly, they just completely punished the team.
Alexi's just too good, and Twirly as well. I mean, we've seen her on the Astra, we see her on the Reina. She's just doing it all. Alexi also, you could tell that she was playing with full-on confidence. Like, she wasn't ever phased at all. She was even jumping with her knife, like really just toying with her enemies, toying with her food there. And they knew that they had this in the bag. It was a 13-1. It was so clean, and they just completely outclassed Shoma and friends.
Yeah, you could have seen it already from the maps and from the rounds that we played right there on Icebox. And to be fair, we are heading to the next map, and it's gonna be Fracture yet again.
No, third map is Fracture. It's Bind again.
Is it Bind? Oh, it's Bind.
Yes.
It's Bind for the next map. Wow, the 3 series that we have for today, everything had Bind, and we played it out. And we've seen how TC Arise played Bind a while ago, and they played it pretty good too. Look at this KDA from Alexi, 4.2 KDA right here, 19 kills on her pocket, but not to be discounted are her teammates. Shirazi, Twirly, look at those KDAs, completely dominating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just about KDA, but the combat score. How rare is it that you see 3 players have 300 plus combat score? It's crazy.
Yeah, it was a complete domination, obviously, from the scoreline you're seeing right now on your screens, guys. It's a 13-1, but this is a best of 3 series that we are looking at as well. So, for sure, we're going to be seeing the second map later on. But before that, of course, we are to talk about how SAF, how did they play it out, what happened, and why did they falter against Arise.
Yeah, let's see if they can recover for that. But we saw Arise. They won Bind against SMG, so it's not like they're uncomfortable with that map either because they all know what to do. And this is the scary part because Arise, map 1 was the map pick for SAF, and Arise chose defense, I believe. So that's why they started on the defending side. And the next map is their map pick, so this is going to be really scary.
Yeah, definitely true. Aside from that, if you think about it, when it comes to SAF, they're using the utilities. We talked about it earlier already. Here are the highlights. They are able to get information, yes, but no follow-ups whatsoever. They go for engagements. They sometimes win, but most of the time they don't. So I think it's a matter not only of strategy that they are looking right now, or we are looking at right now, but also the coordination of the team. Aside from that, they're also having a hard time with the aim.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's not just about getting the information, but it's about using it, right? And they really have not used that. Meanwhile, for Rise, they don't get that much information from the utility, especially on the defending side, but they're able to get control. Like the information that they get is the subtle information that you get from the game, where you push forward and you know that okay, they're not here. It's being able to clear out possibilities, and that just chokes SAF so much. Their area was all choked. All the control just went onto Arise's side.
It was like a bottleneck if we are talking about it anyway. And I just wanted to say also that we were looking at the highlights a while ago, and you could just definitely see how everyone, each and every one of the players of TCR Rise were cracked on their aim as well. They can't be punished, and from time to time, they are able to get those kills in, but nothing else, nothing more is what we are seeing. But that was just the first map that we just witnessed. Of course, it is a best of three series, like we mentioned, Key and I. The next map is gonna be Bind. It's gonna be an interesting take. Will TCR Rise take the win, or will it be a game number 3 later on? It really depends on the teams. But right now, we're just gonna go in a very short break. So don't go away, as VCT Game Changers Asia Pacific Series Open 1 playoffs will come back.
Welcome back, everyone, to VCT Game Changers Asia Pacific 2022. This is the Open 1 playoffs, and we just saw a very one-sided map. This is our third series of today, but Arise just made quick work out of Shomai and friends. And what's going to be really interesting here is, will Shomai and friends be able to bounce back, because they lost their map pick? Or will we see TCRIs make it a clean sweep and end the day early because they're playing really hot right now?
There's no map pick curse we are seeing right now. It's just complete 2 zeros left and right that we are seeing for today. If you think about it, we are heading onto the second map. A while ago, we were talking about Key. We were talking about how SAF, when there was an operator on the hands of Alexi, they keep peeking it even if someone dies off, like completely
Yeah.
one by one. They just peek and peek and peek. I think they were at a certain point where they felt like, I just want to kill her, I just want to kill her.
Yep. It's really frustrating because you really just want to take out their star player, but she was just having a great time.
Yeah.
And you know what's even scarier here, Terror? For
Mm-hmm.
bind, I think it's even more important that you use your utility properly, even more so than
Yeah.
Icebox, because really being able to get into the site and taking control over the site requires a great usage of the smoke, requires your teammates to play very well together, because
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to flank on bind because of the nature of the map. There's no mid. You're not able to cut down into the site. So you have to be able to use the utility to get in. And we saw on Icebox that utility usage from SAF just wasn't there. So we'll see in the agent select pick if they're going to be able to pull this off. Let's see if there's going to be any adjustments to their lineups.
Well, looking at it, I think the performance of Twirly has been phenomenal in all the games that she played today. She's going for the Astra pick again right now for the team, and it was perfectly placed too a while ago. You see how her pull was in, how the stars just aligned basically, and finally, I think Kachao heard me when I was looking for a KO pick.
Yep. It's
There's
I
your
want to see
chamber,
this.
man.
There's the chamber as well. And here's the sad part about this KO pick though. Arise, they don't seem like they're gonna be picking chamber. So this KO isn't gonna be that effective. Maybe they want to shut Alexi down. And of course, she's definitely one you want to shut down. Here's something really interesting though. Twirly is back on the Astra, but it's gonna be another Reyna team. It's gonna be, I believe, Shirazi again. We saw this in the map against SMG. Those Lears were deadly. And they just disabled SMG from getting frags. They just stopped them in their tracks, and I feel like that's gonna happen again. From what you've seen from SAF and Icebox, and what you saw TC Rise, how confident they are, it just feels like they're gonna be taking control over this map.
Yeah, that's true. You've seen the first game, and it's scary to think that the players of TCRIs are just hot with their hands right now, and they can just completely dominate you. And the thing is, when it comes to teams like this, of course, you can't take away the fear. You know, this the thing with professional players. Of course, we're all human still. At the end of the day, what other team players do, what other team members do, or what other professional players do is that they actually don't think of who they're up against. They just think of them as a neutral player, as a Jet, as a KO, as a that, and this and that, but they don't think about the names any longer because it just takes a toll on the mindset of the team.
Yeah, they're just the enemies, and basically that's what they want to do right now. SAF, they want to recover from that loss, that drubbing that Arise gave them on Icebox, and see if they can actually make it work here on Bind, as they are starting on the defending side. I think SAF, they might be able to do better on defense because we've only seen 2 defensive rounds from them in the previous map because they started an
Yeah.
attack. So maybe this is what they need.
Yeah, and they didn't have the space to have or like show enough rounds how they were on the defense since they lost the pistol first of all. But going back here, it is important for them to win the pistol this time around. Maybe ride on that momentum, snowball onto that momentum that they get from pistol rounds.
Yeah, it's
Safe bet.
100%. Pistols are just so important to win, because I think there was that statistic, right? If you win both pistol rounds, you're 80+% guaranteed to win the game. That's just the impact of pistol rounds and the momentum of the game. You really set the pace, you set the tone if you get this pistol round. And if SAF want to recover from their loss, they need to set the tone from this round onwards.
Alexi looking to find yet again those headshots. We have seen her from the previous
Here.
game as well. She knows that there is someone on pocket here, and that is Kachao. The pull comes in. She tries to go away, and with 90 HP, she does so.
Yeah, she doesn't even need to use the dash. She just knows she could jump out of it. She got tagged a little bit through the wall there.
30 seconds
But it doesn't
left.
matter. The rest of her teammates are actually going to be all ready. But there's two members on SAF that are still waiting on B.
Alexi is basically here to annoy everyone. That's her role here in this game, and she was able to take down Kachao. No rotations, cutting down the rotations from
player
Kachao
standing.
completely.
Spike
And this is
down
now a
B.
2v1 situation, though. On the other hand, it's gonna be a win on a pistol with SAF. They finally take this, and they needed this.
Yeah, look, they're so happy that they're shooting this guy because they definitely need this. Like you mentioned, they have to take control now because if they don't take control now, ARS are just gonna run away with the momentum that they're having. And taking this pistol round is so important, not just in terms of momentum economically and for your creds, but the momentum for the players' mentals because that's one of the biggest not really untalked about anymore, but like you can't see it on the scoreboard, you can't see it on the screen. The mental of these players being able to win that resets your mental and really gives you a little bit more hope that yes, we can still recover from that 13-1.
Alexi might have succeeded on A side, but the four members remaining on B a while ago didn't. The
Spike down
perfect
A.
flash
One
from
enemy
Kachao
remaining.
right there. Flawless round coming in from this team. They finally taking control. They're now saying that we should take the wheel instead of Jesus, you know?
Yeah, it's 100% control there. The flash, the smoke, the pull, the lineups is just absolutely amazing. This round was faster than the previous one because it was just over after this flash happened. And it was definitely over in a flash as SAF cruise into this third round. They didn't lose a single player. They got damaged a little bit. There was one player that got damaged for like 14 armor damage, but that's about it. You can't... the only way to get even more flawless than that is to just not take damage at all. It's just... they got out of that round with barely a single scratch.
To be fair, I think it was an ego for them. They went in dry as well. The Lear wasn't used at all. So it just goes to show that, of course, with a pop flash like that coming in from Kachao, it was her position already a while ago. Alexi
Yep.
knew that. And they just don't have that advantage when it comes to the guns, obviously.
Yeah, I
Technical
completely
plus.
agree. Yeah, another tech. I mean, we say this for C leagues all the time, but it's not a C league if there's no tech problems because sometimes you get internet problems, sometimes it's connection problems,
What is
sometimes gear
Southeast Asia
problems.
without it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And we had a tech pause as well in the first map, right?
Oh yeah, but it's not too long of a
Yeah,
pause, I would say. And anyway, for all the people who are watching right now, I've been seeing and witnessing the chat section not only on Twitch but also on Facebook as well. Lots of fans here coming in for SAF, Shomai and Friends, and also TC Arise as well. So biggest shout outs to you guys and let us know in the comment section who or what team that you guys are supporting
Yep.
for, and you know, just say hi to us. We don't bite.
Only sometimes. Only sometimes. But
Only
yes.
sometimes.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you mean?
I
I don't.
let's not discuss
next
this.
next
No,
question.
next
Let's not talk
next-
about it anymore.
Next
T.
question. So it's Arise. They're actually on the back foot right now. So which is strange because Alexia has as many deaths as she had in the whole first half in Icebox. She's already died twice. Which is I think she only died 2 or maybe 3 times in Icebox in the whole first half. So this is really a very different change of pace here. And I'm just gonna say this as well. SAF already have 2 rounds on the board. They only had 2 in the previous map. So this is, I would say, a really hot start for SAF comparatively.
Oh, that's true. Uni, I talked about it a while ago already. Shoma and friends, they really need this momentum, and of course, with some pauses here and there, it can actually break those momentums as well. So they have to be really careful about that. But I guess they're in a role right now anyway for the first 2 rounds that we saw right there. Capricious definitely on point. She is on the 3-0 right now already. And on the other hand, if you talk about TC Arise and the performance of Alexi a while ago, there are some certain players that are actually good in specific maps. Like I've seen Viper mains just shine through Icebox. Whenever Icebox is the map, I always see like Vipers stepping up really
Yeah, it's in
compared to
especially
Breeze or something. Yeah.
yeah. It's really the controllers that feel like they're very sneaky, and I think that's something that we've seen recently. The rise of the controllers, not just the controllers, but also the sentinels when it comes to taking control over the game, because it's not only a duelist can shoot. Everyone has the same guns, with the exception of Chambers, Tour de Force, and maybe the Blade Storm. But everyone has pretty much the same guns, and the gunplay is really important as well. It's what sets the top teams apart from the other T1 teams, right? Having your controllers, your sentinels, your initiators also be able to frag. That's why A Celeste is so good,
Revealing area.
and we're seeing that from Arise.
Now, when it comes to round 3, we are looking at this is going to be a push, a fast push coming in from SAF. Even with the bonus round, Mia was able to take on 2 kills. That's a 3-1 trade already, shutting down Alexi and Shirazi for the team of TC Arise. Remember, it is a bonus round for them. They only have Spectres here in this round.
Yeah, that was really not something that TC Arise expected. They thought they had the control over there. They swung with 2 people. They were able to chase Nicole G away, but Mia suddenly just swung and took 2 of them down. That Spectre is so deadly at that range. They weren't ready for that. So right now they're just trying to see if they can even things out. They're trying to see if they can get into this B site. Capricious is already hiding in the tube here. Nicole G also has the first contact angle. She might be able to see anyone who crosses first, and Capricious will be able to swing off of that as well. So it looks to be a very difficult execute. Okay, they're gonna fake it. That star pull is actually a fake.
30 seconds left.
Interesting. The certain changes coming in for Astra when it comes to pulling back the stars as well and setting them up is so big. So anyway, going back to the game though, as Capricious is being sucked in by the gravity well, she is also tagged around. She was able to take on a good amount of damage, 20 HP remaining for one of the players. That is Twirly trying to twirl around the site. She was able to take 1 kill, not enough though to actually finish things off. But that was a bonus round for Shomai and friends, and they were able to take it away.
Yeah, this is you really said it before the start of the first game. It's gonna be hard, clean, and fast. And right now it's gonna be the other team that's going in hard, going in so clean, going in so fast. I'm not sure Ali was looking here, but she gets taken down by executes. Twirly though almost made it happen, just ever so slightly away from that headshot. Kachao just moved in time to dodge that bullet, and they're able to take this bonus round and get 3 upgrades for 1 player.
If you think about it, for Shomai and friends, it was already a win. You completely punished the economy on the other side, but they took the round instead.
What?
Shirazi on that Sheriff. She was able to punish 1 player. The recon comes in, it's gonna be shut down or not gonna be able to detect anyone at all. They come back a little bit, try to reposition, try to gather again, and maybe try to get a pick off into another place.
Yeah, they're trying to just see whether they can damage SAF's economy, because they only have the sheriffs here. But you mentioned it, we've seen it multiple times. Sheriffs are nothing to sneeze at. They can still get these kills, especially Alexi, who's had a hot hands in the previous map but hasn't been showing up yet in this map just yet.
3-0 waiting game for the players of SAF. That's a lot to tag. This is also the recon coming in from them, and Lear that is completely shut down by Shomai and friends. This is now the push coming in from Arise, and they are planting the spike. They don't care if backside is completely clean.
And they're just going in. They just want to plant. And they get the creds already, but they're also getting the kills. Ali takes 1 down. She's getting really low though as Exekeys cleans it up, but they do get the spike down, and they even take 3 members down from SAF. Arise are just not letting up yet.
Good round coming in from TCRI still, to be fair. They were on an eco and they were able to kill 3 players. That is a damage towards the economy on the side of SAF, but if you think about it, it's a 4-0. They're gonna have tons of money for this round or the next following round. It was a good shutdown too, and they didn't clear backside. That's the thing. When you come in a map like Bind, if you don't clear backside and you have someone planting, of course other players are busy trying to get a pick, but the other team, or rather the one player that is planting the spike, it's one out basically. She can't shoot while planting.
Yeah, it's ARS though, they're okay with that, right? It wasn't equal for them. They tried to do as much damage, but right now they're down 0-4, so they really need to make this round count. To make it count. There's the first kill. Alexi finally getting on the board. Trying to look for more here. She's probably gonna get in. Oh, gets into the site for free off the back of that Alder. Miha though gets a quick cheeky double kill. Miha getting those double kills, those stops onto the B side. Not the player that I was expecting to do that, because honestly I thought it would be Kachao or Capricious doing this over and over again.
I think she was also surprised of what happened right there. She just popped it, and of course she was able to take out the kill. Kachao just clearing angles here, left and right, and also below. But this is Capricious dashing in with, of course, the ultimate Bladestorm up and online. They're trying to pinch down the last remaining player, and that is the Killjoy. That is Ali going down. I think this is a map of Shomai and friends. Just they want to take it away. They are hungry.
Yeah, they're really hungry, and the thing is, it was ARS who chose this map, and maybe it is just whether they're attacking or defending. We talked about this, right? We didn't see their defending side on Icebox, but now that they can pick the defense, we can see they're much more comfortable in holding sites rather than executing on it, and I think that's one of the biggest differences we're seeing right now. Meanwhile, on ARS, it might just be the same thing. Maybe they're not as good on attack as they are on defense, and basically whoever gets the defense wins more rounds. But right now, it's 5-0, and SAF are looking really good.
Definitely true. This is the perfect timing for Shomai and friends to actually step on the gas pedal, because they are, if you think about it, ARS is already on a series point. They only need one more round to make this a 2-0. And of course, they shouldn't just falter just like that. Especially a while ago, it was a slump, a complete slump. It was a 13-1 score. And you want to get back from that. You want to show what you're capable of in the next following map that we are seeing. And speaking of the next following, we are looking at round 6 right now. And this is an operator in the hands of Capricious. Is it going to be the same effect that Alexi was able to bring on Icebox a while ago?
Yeah, they're just really recovering from that whole, and it looks like the roles reversed. Like, do we have the team names wrong? Are they like flipped? Because it just looks like this whole script was flipped. And oh, okay, we're flipping the script yet again, it seems, as ARS get a double kill. There's some knife coming out from Kachao, but the site is already compromised. That spike is going to go down so decisive for the side of TCRIs. And look at this shorty, not going to get the kill though, as the Cold G takes her down. There's going to be the judge. It's going to be Shirazi on that Vandal as well. Quick switch all down to Mia, who's been getting these headshots so crisp on this Sova right now. 1v2 though, so it's going to be hard for her to find the last remaining members, as Twirly is already twirling around the map as she reconnects her teammate all the way to short. But Zini, with the headshot from that Sheriff, is going to be able to recover that operator. Oh, actually switches to the Vandal. Good choice, by the way.
Good choice. Especially they are on the attacker side anyway. They need that firepower in a map like this. And just looking at this replay, just a quick replay, it was already a shutdown actually for Alexi. She has an operator and she can't move, she can't cross because she was so scared that of course Kachao is just gonna punish her. The thing is, the suppress already came out of the way, and Alexi is just holding onto a shorty. She wasn't able to get a kill though, and next thing you know, Kachao is already dead by the other team member. TC ARS, they still have that bait and switch capability. They still have that teamwork, or rather the buddy system that we are talking about.
Yeah, it's really the buddy system, but right now the buddy system is getting broken as SAF are just they're letting them in, but they're making the retakes work. As I say that, they already get 1 kill apiece. Kachao and Exekis just stop this push in their tracks, and right now Arise, this looking okay, very uncharacteristic, but they're still getting the frags here and there, but very uncharacteristic of them. They just seem to not be able to get into the site cleanly.
I guess SAF, when you think about it, like diesel engines, it takes a while to get them hot, but when they are, they really, really are. And looking at it already, Nicole G, if you think about it, Tour de Force is up online already.
Kachao,
They
what
are
you
in the
doing?
defense as well, and Kachao's just, just squatting. It didn't work out. While
Oh,
waiting
no,
for the
it didn't
players,
work.
and that is
30 seconds
Ali wide peeking, and of course Capricious to take and answer back. They are also now ready to take on those trade-ins that we aren't seeing a while ago. They are now
Yes.
capitalizing on those informations finally.
100%. So they're able to finally get those trades. We didn't see that on Icebox. Oh, Nicole
10
actually
seconds
misses
left.
the shot. This might be bad for her if she. Oh, Zinni does not get the swing though. Only gonna be 1 left. It's gonna be Twirly. She does not have time to plant the spike, and it doesn't matter anyway as Nicole G takes her down. The Tour de Force really rearing its head, and Nicole G gets a free gun upgrade. And Arise, what is happening?
Well, a complete
30 seconds left.
U-turn from what we saw from Icebox a while ago. But if you think about it, Shomai and friends, they have a good defensive positioning here anyway. They're not being aggressive. They're not, those battles that they know which battles to take, basically. They are not overextending. And they're just waiting. And that's the role of the defense anyway. Just fortify whatever you have and do not overpush, do not overcommit. Look at this. They're just waiting on Octagon. It's going to be another teamwork, another buddy system that we are looking at. The TP out is there. And of course, Miha, on the other hand, is stuck in a position. It's a one and done position right here we are looking at. But she wasn't able to take a kill, at least one, not one. And this is now the lockdown trying to be set up by Ali, but canceling it out.
Yeah, let's see if they actually want to commit this here. There's already a flank coming in from Kachao. It's going to be a pretty big flank. But it feels like they might just fake this because they're actually not entering site. So, oh no, they actually dash in. So they want control over the site. Alexi is already in sight. That ultimate is going to pop. They are going to take control over Elbow with a 2-person push. Alexi takes Nicole G down, and Capricious is getting a little bit curious here. Wants to peek into Elbow as well. But here's the flank from Kachao. They're gonna know she's there. The fragment is gonna make a lot of sound. Alexi already with a triple kill. Exekis though is gonna take 1 down, but Alexi with a quad already. They might try to give her the ace here, but Kachao just shoots her through the wall. Gets to, but Rise get a 2nd round on the board.
There you have it, TZ Arise. They're now getting the rounds back. If you think about it, Shomai and friends, they have to be really careful about this. We've seen comebacks after comebacks multiple times already, and this is not what Shomai and friends want right now. And TC Arise, they're a team that can snowball from the rounds that they actually take. This is a complete buy round for both sides of the team, aside from Kachao having that half armor, as well as Ali and Shirazi. But when it comes to firepower, they all have the Vandals and the Phantoms that they need. No operators in this game.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're favoring the op on bind, especially since there's a lot of like short angles and it's just difficult to retake, especially. So I think that this is a pretty good choice. We only saw the operator once a while ago, but once after they didn't pick it up, it just didn't show up yet again. Even SAF can still afford an operator here because Capricious actually had enough creds for it, but they just choose to stick to the rifles instead. But it's been working out for them.
Let's see if what they have in plan for TC Arise definitely works out. Because it's quite difficult to do an entry right now if they're not going to be shocking enough. That is the slowing down Alexi. Kachao receiving some damage, and the knives are out. And the knives are destroyed. There's no suppression. There is the TC Arise just pushing down and completely diminishing each and every player of Shomai and friends. A very clean round, a flawless one even.
Yeah, they finally figured it out, but what I really want to point out is Alexi is just so clean. Like if I have a new favorite player right now, and look at this, just so clean with a kill here immediately. You know that's a bad habit, gun switch, but you know she makes it out anyway. I think she wanted the gun switch because she wanted to jump out of the shock dart into the knife. So she actually saw the shock dart coming, and you know that win forces SAF into a timeout. Their economy is not great. 3 of their players can't really do a buy, so they probably should save here. On the side of Arise, they've finally recovered. They're starting to build up an economy as well because it was a flawless round for them this previous round, and they're finally finding their groove. Now, what's scary here for SAF is when the sides switch, will they be able to close out the game? That is the biggest question mark in my head right now because for Arise, no matter how many rounds they lost, even though they got 4-0 to 5, was it 5-0 to start the game, the map 5-1 maybe. They're just playing with so much confidence still. Like it doesn't matter to them that they lost all those rounds. They lost the rounds that they shouldn't be losing. They're just playing well.
You could definitely still see the comfortability of the players of TC Arise, and they know they won the first map anyway. The pressure is on the side of Shomai and friends. Can they still continue in taking these rounds in? Because it seems like TC Arise is rolling over, snowballing through the rounds as well, and it's not too far off. It's only 3-round advantage right now for the side of TC Arise, so it is definitely a problem. There is the hero buy of the Phantom on the side of Capricious. So let's see if she will be able to capitalize on this. Kachao trying to pinpoint the enemy, and this is Alexi trying to push in as well. They know there is a killjoy. Shirazi was able to take one already, but she can't go out of lamps. There is that nano swarm still trying to get her away. And this is now the take of TC Arise. Just complete utter domination on A side. Zinni was able to take one down, and the last 2 remaining players right here. One more, and that is Miha.
Oh, great headshot from Miha there. We've seen her with crispy headshots, by the way. I feel like every single time our camera is on Miha, she's gonna get a headshot. And it's a 1v3 though, and her health is very low. One tag from the bot and one bullet is just gonna do her in. They're gonna be able to... No, they don't spot her, even with a recon. But there's really not much she can do because Arise are playing so disciplined after this postman, and it seems like they're starting to figure out SAF.
Well, here we go. 6-4 scoreline. Shomai and friends kind of pinned down in this score, and they haven't moved for quite a while right now. Continuously, TC Arise though, they're just dominating the rounds, dominating even how they take on the sides. You would just see it's so obvious how the players of TC Arise, when they decide that they wanna hop in, they wanna go A, they have that perfect timing. This is what they always do, Marky.
Yeah,
They use the recon and dash in immediately for Alexi, and then there is the smoke to hide her, and then everyone just follows through. There is the trade, and there are the informations from the following players of TC Arise, and she just plays it out, and Alexi, she can't be caught.
Yeah, that's one of their biggest problems right now. She was the problem in Icebox. She's the problem right now. They've started to figure it out. They just need Alexi to dash inside and then start looking for those frags. So as long as they're able to support her in going in with the Leers, with the recons, with the smokes, they're going to be able to take over the site, and it's working out really well for them.
Technical pause.
Again.
Not a problem.
What would be okay? Let's imagine that you're a player right now. You're playing for a team. What would be your most common technical issue? Let's just do a scenario.
No, I think Kachao is gonna turn on her monitor now.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. It might have been
all
off this
along.
time.
Yeah, the past 6 rounds that they got, Kachao's monitor was off.
Yeah, I mean, she just needs to throw the flash anyway. She just needs to see anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're gonna flash out, are you really a KO main if you don't flash yourself and teammates?
Exactly.
As well? You're
yeah,
not.
That's true. So she's just playing really well. But you know, I bet KO actually has built-in shades on his visor, so he shouldn't be getting flashed. But you know, we're humans. We're getting flashed.
So that's the technical. That's the technical issue of the players.
Yeah, it's
They want to open their monitors. They're actually playing right now with closed. Everyone is off monitors right now, aside from Alexi.
oh, that's absolutely insane. But you know
Right?
what?
And now it makes sense. That's why she gets all the kills.
Yes, I was gonna say, you know what? It makes perfect sense. Like, they're using this tech pause to turn on the monitor so that they can actually finally see. But look, they've been playing so sharp, and I think that here's one thing I want to say: SAF. Sure, they got 6 rounds, but suddenly you could see that the game is slowly, slowly,
around.
turning around. Like it's getting out of their grasp, and if they lose this round, their economy is going to be shot again for the next round. So it's just so difficult to get anything done for them because it looks like ARS have figured out their defenses.
They're now stuck in a position where it's like, oh, we buy this round, but we're gonna lose it. We go on an eco, and then next one we buy again. That is the pressure that you don't want as a team. Like you just want your rounds to just completely snowball, like how TCR Rise is doing right now. Yes, SAF has the advantage here when it comes to rounds, but look at the economy that the TCR is up until probably the almost the second half. They're gonna probably have enough money to buy still for the next following 2 rounds that we are looking at, even if they lose this one. So looking at that, really it is a complete pressure for Shomai and friends, knowing that also when it comes to series points, TCRI's got 1 map away already, so they're definitely feeling that pressure.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's not talked about that often. Pressure, right? Like just the mental state of the players being down, being so close to being eliminated from the tournament. That's definitely on the back of their minds. Well, so many people will say, no, it shouldn't affect them, but it really does. It's the little things, right? A little bit of the mentality, like I can't fail, rather than I'm gonna win. It's a big difference in the mentality here. And look at the Rise. They're playing to win.
And we are finally back. That's a good technical pause podcast we had right there.
Yeah.
Good analysis.
Very, very, very good. I like it. We should definitely do a podcast.
What did we learn? That Kachao's monitor was off.
Yep.
And then she was just turning it on.
100%. And now that it's on, we might see a different SAF, but looks like Arise are gonna do the exact same execute. They're gonna try to dash in. Oh, Alexi actually doesn't dash in this time. That shock dart is gonna do a little bit of damage. Okay, Alexi. Oh, she finds her. Great play from Alexi here. There's the Lear. They actually still have one more Lear, so Alexi might be able to get. Oh, there we go. Again, the Lear into the dash. That's exactly what they've been doing. Precious is vulnerable right now, but she's gonna take down Alexi with that Phantom. Zinni is gonna be there for the trade though, as Arise 4v2 right now. They're gonna be able to plant the spike for free, as right now SAF are on the back foot. They're still in spawn, and Arise are already in their post-plant positions.
Obscuring vision.
Oh, this is a doable retake, especially with the utilities that they have. They can suppress. XP was able to take 1 kill, but I don't know why there wasn't a double peek instead. Because there was a pop flash. That was complete miscommunication. Because I'm thinking like Kachao is pop flashing for them to both actually hop out.
Yep, I agree. Like when you pop flash like that, you want to double peek as well in case someone doesn't get flash. You don't want it to make it free, so
No one was looking behind Kachao.
exactly. I think she expected someone to be there to watch left, but I think execute was a bit too late. Maybe she was casting stars, or maybe she was pulling stars. You know, when you're Astra,
You
and
can see the hand.
yes, the hand movement.
It was full.
And it's very long actually. That actually stops you from swinging out and shooting when you use any of Astra's spells.
So that was a millisecond of miscommunication. This is how important it is to communicate with the teammates. This is a forced buy right now for SAF and Shomai and friends, because this is gonna be the final round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Here.
For the first half. So this is gonna be a complete force for all the teams that we are looking at. No need to force for TCRIs because they're rich.
Yeah, they even have an op and twirly on the attacking side. On the Astra.
She probably also has the Vandal next to it, you know?
Yeah, Shirazi gets the first kill into Kachao. Was she successful in turning on her monitor? I'm not sure, but Capricious is going to take Alexi down with the Hunter's Fury mixed with the Blade Storm. Misses as Shirazi dodges those blades by crouching. And Exekis is gonna even things out with that Bulldog. Immediately switches it. Is that a Spectre in her hands? Okay, yes, she wants the Bulldog instead. But it looks like Arise say that, okay, we're changing our plans. We're going to B instead. And they're gonna get the spike all the way onto B. There's the slow coming out. Gonna slow them down a little bit. But Nicole
30 seconds
is not
left.
even on the site yet. So she's gonna just shoot some shots from his Guardian. But they're definitely gonna get the
Spike
spike down.
planted.
Arise still have the bigger guns, but right now it's gonna be a 3v3 situation. Shirazi is gonna use her Empress. Her extra bonus overheal is going to be here. She swings out, takes Mia down. Knows that Exekis is there.
One enemy
Takes
remaining.
her time before peeking as Twirly is gonna be there to get that kill. They know where Nicole G is right now. It's gonna be a 3v1. That wall is not gonna help her as Shirazi gets a quad and Arise claw back into this half with a 6-6
Switching
even
sides.
scoreline.
I think that was a cosmic divide coming in from the other team,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Because looking at the mini map, it was color blue or blue green.
Yeah, it was
So,
definitely from the defensive
Yeah,
side.
it instead helped out the other team members into trying to get a pinch on Nicole. And just a quick replay on that round. Look at Shirazi. She was just laying pretty cool inside too and just waiting for other players. She has also Twirly beside her anyway, so they can just do bait and switch. It was just complete domination from TCR Rise on B side for that round. Imagine, is it a 6 round completely, like continuously for TCR Rise, or maybe like 5
I think
rounds
it's 5 in a row.
continuously?
Yeah,
Yeah,
around there.
exactly like that. So you would see how they snowballed from 0.0 rounds a while ago, and now they are back in action with a tie.
Is Nicole G ready for this Shirazi? Oh, she's not ready. Shirazi takes her scalp away as Capricious is trying to put Shirazi. Oh, double dink from that Frenzy. Weren't expecting a fast push into
Here.
Bass, and I think that Shirazi should have had a chance to get that, but Arise, they still have a chance for this retake. You can't count them out just yet, but it's going to be really difficult as it's going to be a 2-2 split. 2 in Bass, 2 in Lamps, and Arise are just not finding the kills just yet. Twirly is watching the smoke. See if anyone's going to be interested in peeking out. Zinni takes one down.
One
As
enemy
Twirly takes
remaining.
one as well. Alexi gets Kachao. It's all down to Capricious. What is going on here with a Frenzy? That's not the best gun to control the spike as Zinni takes her down with a headshot as well. Arise have stolen this round from SAF.
You failed. Now flee.
How did
Gun
they
here.
steal this round? They are
Gun
inside side completely already. If you think about it, Shirazi, she was able to get one, yes, but she didn't expect the other players. They went in quite fast on A side. I think this is what happened on that round, if we aren't gonna see it in the replay. I think this is what happened. It is time again for Shomai and friends. They go in, they plant, but they don't actually
Yes.
check if they're clear out the site
They
completely.
didn't control the site. 2 of their
Here.
members stayed in Lamps, 2 of them went to Bass, and there was no control over the spike. And that you're basically not setting up your post plan, and that's what hurt them so much in that round. Oh
Another
my
round,
gosh.
Kachao with 10 HP remaining on her. She received
That-
tons of damage
That's
coming
a full
in from
shock
that.
dart. 90 is the
Yep.
max that you could take, and she took 90. That's feels bad.
Ugh. It's exact shock dart that they need. So perfect shock dart from Zinni right there. But Nicole G is already punished here. Players for Shomai and friends, of course, obviously they're still in an eco position here. They didn't win the pistol round a while ago, but maybe they can do or make something out of nothing.
Yeah, we've seen some pistol rounds win, but it's gonna be difficult when you get spotted by that recon. As
enemy
Twirly
remaining.
gets 3, does not get the 4th though, but doesn't matter as Zinni is gonna take Miha down, and it's gonna be a pretty good round from Arise. They've lost 1 member, but I believe it was Alexi who didn't need to buy, which means that they're able to recover that Spectre anyway. So this 1 kill swings out so aggressively, gets a 3rd as well, but unfortunately for her, the nerfed Spectre is just a little bit too wild sometimes. I believe if it were the pre-nerfed Spectre, she would have gotten 4.
Man, she didn't even need to take 4 for the team to actually win the round. TZRIs, they're in a position where a while ago there were 0 rounds that they could take. Even bonus round for the other team they couldn't take. But this time around they turned the tables. Finally getting what they need. And this is how important it is to get most of the rounds on the defense, especially if you start on the defense, because it's very difficult to do entries on a map like Vine. Look at this kills left and right. This is the plan from Kachao. And finally, Shoma and friends figured out a way to open up the site.
Yeah, good on them to find this. But right now, Arise, there's something really dangerous going on here, and that's the operator. So this is going to be really scary because this op is going to prove to be a problem for them. We saw it on Icebox, Alexi with an operator. They just couldn't catch her. And if that happens yet again here, SAF are in big trouble. Let's see if they can deal with it this time, because when we saw it on Icebox, we were talking about it, right? SAF peaked 1 by 1. They didn't use their utilities. Once they got information, they didn't really do anything about it. And if they let Alexi get away with that yet again, I think it's going to be trouble for them.
But at least they have the knives and the KO. They can cancel out the utilities of Alexi. Like, if they want to go in with a bang,
Yep.
the dash wouldn't be available for Alexi. Let's see how they take it, because this is a backside engagement right now, and Shirazi just won that. And now with an overheal, trying to get another
Twirly!
low in HP. Twirly with a double kill, and Nicole G to answer back with a 2v2 situation. Kachao is now planting. Nicole G is up to her to actually protect the spike as well, while Kachao, this too, inside the tube. Do you think this would work out?
I am not too happy about the double tube setup.
Position.
Yeah, it's basically a box of death. It's a coffin, and 2 of you are sharing it. So great on Kachao to swing a little bit forward. She needs to be able to be the first point of contact here as she gets taken down. Zinni is gonna take Alexi down though. Great teleport from her. Zinni knows where this is. Classic right click jump shot gets the right click. Oh my god, such a disgusting gun. It's a free gun, by the way. And that's the Nerf classic right there, but she gets the headshot anyway. Zinni knows how to use her guns, and she's been absolutely essential in keeping her eyes in this game.
And they still have the operator. So with TC Arise winning that round yet again. Look at this engagement. Capricious was supposed to take down Shirazi already, but the overheal was there. But the main focus here is Twirly and everyone that jumped from Hookah. Those were 2 players that she gunned down and pinned down. And also a good decision for Zinni that she actually heard where the TP went through.
Yeah,
You want to play? Let's
real
play.
game sense there. Presence of mind as Alexi gets shut down. They are so dead, Nicole G says, and she's gonna take down Alexi. Really important kill there, but can they overtake or overcome the rest of TC Arise? The rest of the team have all been playing really well on this map, as well as Capricious walks into the site with those blades.
They haven't seen the one person underneath Hoka right there. This might be deadly for the team, but no. There is the players right now just swarming in left and right. A 2v1 situation with this. This is only Zinni remaining. She has the ultimate, but she won't use it right now. This is Mina planting the spike. And of course, with a 2v1 situation, she still has the utilities right now. The location has been revealed, not a shutdown for that Recon. Looking to find another player. She received a shock dart. And is there going to be another shock dart? No, there's none anymore. 18 HP remaining and a dream. How will she figure out how to defuse this spike? She gets one. Not a problem at all with 18 HP. I don't think Mia should actually peek any longer, despite having very low HP. Still, if you think about it, it's still gotta be possible. A round for Shoma and friends and a heart attack for me.
Yeah, that was really close, and I actually thought Zinni still had a chance there. In fact, she's topping the scoreboard right now. She's really been the star of the show for Arise, and Alexi. We're not seeing the same brilliance from the previous game, the same confidence. You can see that she's a little bit shaken. They're also not ready for Capricious, moving too fast into that smoke. She's been really sneaky and really disrupting the defenses of Arise. And Ali, even hiding in the smoke, unfortunately for her, she really couldn't make good use of that. And she's not doing so well this time.
I think there's one factor here too, Key. Icebox as a map a while ago is a long range battle,
Yeah.
but not in bind.
Yes.
You have to walk up real close. There are shotguns possible. There are also corners that you have to check a lot that you can't check from afar. So it's a problem for Alexi. She's very strong when it comes to long range battles, but once it's like close enough to you, she gets shaken, like you said. And this is the Hunter's Fury being used to create space on the map. And look at it. There's nothing being detected right now. Capricious, on the other hand, is just going back to bats. And actually, the players, 3 of the players are going back because there are players right behind them. All of them are flanking.
Yeah, it's an eco for Rise, so they're cool with that. It's 100% flank. And they're not finding the kills though. It looks like SAF are playing very disciplined. Nicole G takes one out, immediately rotates. Gets shorty to get really low. Zinni takes one, Alexi takes one though. They're trying to make this as expensive as they can. Probably no hopes of winning this round as time is ticking already, but they're getting the damage done. And Capricious is gonna say, okay, it's time to stop the bleeding. And we're in an even score yet again. SAF and Arise 9-9 right now.
9-9 is the scoreline. No one here knows who's gonna win this map between the two. It's just a matter of like a volleyball rally that we are seeing right now. Left going to the side of Arise, going to the side again of Shomai and friends. You just never know. I just want to take a look though on the economy. They both have the perfect amount to buy those guns that they need, the vandals that they need, but of course half armor for the 2 players right now of TC Arise. But still, both of the teams, once they lose this round, it's gonna hurt their economy, and it's a problem for Nicole G as well. But the darts, like you said, it hurts.
Yeah, it's half HP for... Oh, Shirazi gets taken down, but Turley is going to be there to take Nicole G down. Capricious is already at 76 health, so only 2 bullets to take her down because of those shock darts. So that's... We've been seeing Zinni pop off, not just in terms of her aim, but also her utility usage. It's a lot of damage done. Is it going to be the Cosmic Divide committed? Looks like Shoma and friends want to commit onto this A site, but the spike is still pretty far. They're going to detect some presence, but they're not going to find anyone just yet. There's the recon coming out, but it's not going to see anything because it's actually on their side of the wall. There's the flash, there's the peek. Chow misses! Her monitor is still off!
Oh no, she wasn't able to take... There's 2 mistakes that happened right then and there, and we will talk about it later on. As TC Arise, they are trying to take control of the map. This is the Cosmic Divide. They wouldn't have a choice but to actually hop out. There's no more utilities. That's 1 kill. And there is Alexi finding another. Now with a 2v3 situation, they all hop out. They don't have a choice but to actually peek. And it's just...
No!
It's just hopping and dropping.
No
Let's
way!
Go. What
No
is that
way!
doing?
They're knifing each other! No! Oh no! They get Capricious with the knife! This is not happening right now! Not in a game like this! Not in an elimination match! They get
Not this way.
Capricious!
Not like this. Oh my god. I think they kind of realize with the Shomai and friends, they kind of realize like, oh man, we really messed that up. We had the recon outside the Cosmic Divide. Kachao did a flash, a pop flash. It connects, but the shots did it. And look at this, just them swinging left and right and just hopping out and in again.
You know, there's actually... They knew what they were doing because the Cosmic Divide, if you just stand in front of it but don't let your body cross, there's no way for Capricious to actually shoot in because she can't even walk in. You know what I mean? It becomes a hard wall. Oh, Alexi with a kill onto Capricious. She's not missed a beat. She's just moving forward. She's still playing aggressive. And Arise look like they're taking control over this game now.
They made themselves as human shields.
Yep. They just block.
Human block.
I want to test it out.
Human walls right here, guys. It's just amazing to watch and funny to see, actually. Of course, they both know each other. Filipino teams right now that are playing. So, The last remaining when they realize, like, you know what, it's done
Yeah.
already. Let's just knife
I'm,
each
I'm
other.
still I'm still laughing. It was actually effective. You know, honestly, even if they didn't know each other, standing in front of that cosmic divide was the best play to make. And swinging the knife means that if they do try to cross the divide, you damage them for 75. It just really works. Oh, SAF. Ooh, the spike doesn't go down. Ali denies the spike line. Kachao does find someone though. She uses her ultimate. There's a suppress coming out. ARS are actually tagged really low, but there's only 2 members
TP out?
remaining on SAF. They're gonna TP out. Only 14 seconds
I
left.
cannot use that.
Zinni might just be here to stop this plan though. There's the suppression. Oh no, she gets detected. They know that she's there,
She
but
was
it doesn't matter.
waiting. She was waiting for her to actually use the shock dart, but the suppress was still definitely there. And aside from that, there was the knives as well. The location is being revealed
Double
to the
detection.
two players. Yeah, the
standing.
double detection, the perfect recon, and of course the vulnerability comes in as Nicole is gonna kneel down. 9-10, make that to a 9-11 scoreline after this
Team
defuse. City.
Ace.
Yeah, it's really scary right now for SAF
Let them
because
run.
it feels like they ran out of steam. After such a hot start, they don't have the economy anymore. So Arise are poised to take match point because right now they're forced to have this really broken buy, and it looks like they're gonna call a timeout. Great time for this, but at the same time, what can you do with a half-broken economy here? Look at Miha, 2.7k. Exekis can't buy rifle and light even. Nicole G can't even buy a rifle. Kachao, same thing. Kachao can buy a rifle, but she won't have armor either. So,
Mhm.
do you want to give this round and play for the next one and hope you win 3 in a row? Or do you force this round and hope that you don't fetch point? It's such a difficult call to make. And this timeout, we'll see what they plan.
Definitely depends on the team's decision making, but it seems like Capricious is already going in and buying that Vandal. Let's see if she continues and other players or other teammates as well. Because if you think about it, are they gonna play for that match point, or are they gonna play it out and force things out so they don't get the match point? It seems to be looking like a hero buy right now, aside from the teams, but of course here we are. The buy comes in. And these are Sheriffs, Bulldogs, Guardians. Broken buy is what we are looking at for the side of Shawmei and friends. They have to capitalize on it. I think it's a good decision to actually force right now, okay? But
agree.
the execution, you know, it really depends on their execution. Because even with the Sheriff, they can take the shots and they can get the kills. But the execution wise when taking sides is a problem for the team.
Yeah, they're really struggling on the attacking side. Like we called it, right? SAF looked really good because they're actually better at defending. But their executions just aren't clean. It's just not happening for them. They have the KO, they have the initiators, they have the Sova, but they're just not getting those clean takes. Look at the dash in. Alexi just ignores that, jumps down, takes 2 down. Kachao does take 1 down first though, as Nicole G is there with the Guardian. Oh my god, they're making this work. Exekis. It's now down to a 2v2. 3 members of each team fall. The spike is gonna go down. Ali is slowly making
Spike
her way
planted.
up with her teammate. Shirazi is there as well. And they're slowly creeping into the site, looking for the members of SAF. 2 Vandals. They're trying to clear every single corner. There's the Lear. Oh, but SAF are actually retreating onto Elbow.
Interesting. Oh, the take that they had or they brought upon the side. Oh, it's a little bit icky. But this is the pull coming in from the Astra. There are stars being set up, and Capricious is vulnerable right now. There is that turret as well. They're just continuing to defuse. Pros don't fake.
Oh my
Lofi,
god.
Shirazi with a double kill, and to top things off into a match point right now as TC Rise reaches the 12 mark.
Yeah, they finally found the code.
Match
They finally
point.
broke into the site, but Arise, they just didn't let up, and they were able to take back that site. That spike plan is important
Can
though.
we talk about the entry that happened a while ago? Because Alexi was just waiting in the corner, and 3 players went in. There was the dash of the Jet, which was Capricious, but she actually didn't see. Did she see, or did she
I'm not
not
sure.
report? Too fast.
Need a
It,
drop.
it might be too fast. It might have been
Need a
something
drop.
that she didn't see because she dashed into her smoke right away.
You want to
Her
play?
teammates might have
Let's
seen the
play.
ping on the minimap, or maybe they weren't looking. You know that sometimes you're just looking too intently into your crosshair that you don't see the minimap ping. Oh my
that's gonna
god!
hurt.
Shock dart again. That same spot, Zinni.
You know what's funny? It's the same spot
It's exactly.
as all
And
the other rounds, and
It's
they
just-
still take it.
Just wait for it, right? Like, but Zinni is able to get away with it all the time. Okay, Kachao with the flash here. Monitor on, I hope. Capricious dashes in again. Oh my god, she gets tagged down really low. Vulnerable from the alarm bot. Plus gets taken on by the nanos from Alexi and Zinni taking the damage in. Ali is going to take Kachao down. The spike is not going to go down. She stopped the plant. Zinni is going to stop her.
Spike
It's all
down,
down to
B.
Nicole G. 1v3 right now, and it's on match point. She's gonna have to get all three. She's gonna have to play as 1v3 clutch if she wants her team to stay in this tournament. She's fighting for tournament points. She sees that knife, but they're not biting. Oh,
Oh,
my gosh,
man.
they're throwing guns. They're trying to fake flash her, and they get her. Arise are gonna
Defenders
take
win.
this. They secure the win for the series.
Oh my god, the 3 series that we witnessed today all goes to 2-0. What a day we had here. We thought we were gonna have a long day, but no, it's got short with 2-0s left and right that we are seeing. Let's talk about how TCR Rise just rised up to this occasion. The first match that they had against Team SMG, and on the latter part, this match against Shoma and Friends, they showed what the team is capable of, and we have seen the growth, especially on this game that we saw on the last series.
Yeah, rise to the occasion indeed, because now they've secured third place with this win. So they're top 3 for sure. And normally when we see top 3, it's always Alter Ego Celeste, Mad Army, now X10F, who are still both in the top 3 by the way. But we always see number 3 being Nigma Galaxy or as White, now Team SMG. And now there's a new challenger coming in, TC Rise. They look so good today as well.
Definitely true. Once we look at it as a stats, I'm very, very curious to see how it looks like. As the MVP, let's show it to you guys. Mia
Sova.
with, oh my god, TCRIs looking at Zinni. The both Sovas of the teams are the MVPs respectively. But of course, the winning team we have here is TCRIs. 23 kills for Zinni and 2.9 KDA. Can I just say that Twirly's polls and also the support of the entire team, it's just basically for TCR Rise, it's just a team play. It doesn't matter anymore who gets the shots in,
I agree.
as long as they win the rounds.
It's just even across the board. And one thing that I see from TCR Rise is they're not afraid to refrag and help each other and
Yeah.
just really be there, because we saw in the previous game 3 of them had more than 300 ACS, which means that the kills were going left and right. Everyone was getting frags. Same here. You see both duelists, even the Sova top fragging, they're getting their kills. And it's not, you know, some teams you can see that it's a feast or famine thing where the duelists have to get the kills, otherwise the team doesn't really work out. But for Rise, everyone rises up to the occasion. Everyone steps up to the plate
Yeah.
and takes kills. And even though they had a really rocky start on Bind, it didn't get to them. They were able to overcome it. They were able to take Shoma and Friends down.
I would just want to say, of course, like we are talking about it anyway, that on the defense, it seems like TCR Rise, you know, they got it all handled down. During the first half as well, it is very difficult to actually take on side, especially like a map like Bind that we keep saying a while ago. And of course, with regards to Shomai and Friends, they were able to take multiple rounds, even bonus rounds, pistol round, the buy round, the bonus round, up until a 5-0, if I'm not mistaken. And then that time that the TCRIs was able to take one round away, they completely snowballed, just completely. The thing is, they were able to read how SAF actually played, how they actually maintained the side, and they capitalize on that. This is the beauty of what we are seeing with TCR Rise. On the side of Shomai and Friends, there are still something to be polished. There's so many mistakes that you can actually see on the stream as well. You've seen the round where they knifed each other. It all started from the mistake of the recon down up until to the cosmic divide and trying to defuse and trying to plant the spike.
Yeah, and it's really just a lot of the utility, like you mentioned, a lot of support. Look at this, the support from the Recon Bolt, Twirly peeking out. Everyone was showing up, and this is gonna be a long highlight reel because everyone had their own highlight play. It's gonna be Shirazi here, the rest of the team, Twirly as well, gonna get those kills. She gets taken down here, but everyone was really showing up here. Look at Capricious with those kills as well. Really, everyone. Oh, is this that part? Yep, this is the part. Look at the knife here. They're just knifing each other. They're just popping in and out of that curtain. Makes for a really funny play. This is the one where they actually missed Alexi in the corner, but everyone was really showing up here. Look at Shirazi trading for a teammate and securing the win and tournament life for her team.
And also, it was so obvious that for the side of Shomai and friends, they're really having a hard time with those post-plant positioning. They don't have a good post-plant position. There are times they were on tube at the same time, and they were questioning themselves whether are we gonna peek, are we just gonna hide here, or are we gonna take another different corner maybe. But when they take a different corner, it's not gonna be a trade-off anymore. So there's those risks immediately, and especially for a post-plan situation, it seems like SAF was a reactive or onto the side of reactive gameplays. They react on how TC Arise actually plays.
Yeah, it's really you hit the nail on the head there. The attacking side was pretty much their downfall, as SAF they didn't know how to have an efficient post plan. I think that's one of the biggest things because they were able to get into the site. They just couldn't hold it. And now we're going to see the updated brackets real quick because after today, we only have 3 teams remaining in VCT Game Changers Asia Pacific. It's going to be Alter Ego Celeste, of course, the Goddesses sitting pretty on top of the upper bracket. And of course, the lower bracket, as we saw today, TC Arise making their way, swimming their way into the lower bracket up against X10F. So that's going to be the brackets up real quick. I mean, they're going to be shown. Oh, sorry. It's going to be up very soon. But of course, we're just talking about it now because we've seen the games today. We've seen how the team step up to the plate. TC Arise, of course. I want to see how they stack up against X10F because
I want to see their matches, all of them against Alter Ego Celeste.
Yeah, I want to see if AE Celeste can actually bleed yet again because they look really good today. And let's see if someone can challenge them tomorrow. As we see, it'll be either between X10F, as you can see in the lower bracket, or Arise, who we just saw 2 games of today. And was it Kachao? Unfortunately for Kachao, she wanted us to cast her game, but they're out of the tournament right now. If they won, we would have casted them again tomorrow.
Yeah, but at least we casted one of their games.
True.
Kachao, big shout outs to you. And going back to it though, looking at the brackets right on your screen, this will be also posted on the FSL page if you aren't like. We also have a Twitter, guys, so please do check that out if you want to stay updated on the brackets. And this is available in Liquipedia anyway too. So there is the map, or rather the roster, or we are seeing the brackets, but we are looking at the schedule for tomorrow as well. So of course we are going to be having first a best of 3. And then afterwards, it's the finals. It's the grand finals for Open 1. And it's going to be a best of 5 series against Alter Ego Celeste. They're just waiting patiently right now and sitting on the thrones as well for the queens of FSL or VCT Game Changers so far.
Yeah, I'm going to say X10F and versus Arise. This is a rematch of the first playoff game. X10F actually took the series 2-0 against Arise. So let's see if they've actually been able to tweak their gameplay and be able to give X10F a run for their money this time around.
Yeah, if you look at how TC Arise played this out, it was so much cleaner from what we've seen and what we've witnessed for this team from the previous opens and from the previous matches that we've seen. You see the growth of the teams and the players. Not only that, there are certain swaps, there are certain changes for Alter Ego Celeste as well, and there are also for Extend Crit. It's just nice seeing how these teams evolve right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I completely agree because this is what we want to see for this league, right? Game Changers is meant for these women in gaming to really improve and work together and really reach that stage where they can compete with the whole world.
Definitely true. But aside from that, as we head in and we close things off finally for today. The 3 series that we have for today, Key, it was all 2-0s. TC Arise really rose to the challenge. They were the real MVPs of today. They had literally two games for today that we've seen as well. So that's a total of 4 games, and they've shown complete dominance against their opponents. Finally, closing things off. Any last words?
No, it's just very exciting to see these new teams rise up to the occasion, like you mentioned, and it's in their name, TC Rise. So it's so lovely to see, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
I am definitely excited for tomorrow as well. To finish things off, finally, we are closing it down. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying tuned with us. And of course, remember, we have our social media pages on Facebook. It's FSL FPS. On Twitter as well, you can just search us up. And do follow us on Twitch. Other languages are also available, Bahasa and Thailand as well. So, without further ado, and the English broadcast, thank you so much for watching today, and see you again on the next days on the grand finals as well. We were your casters for today. My name is Terror, and with me is Kizcast. See you again tomorrow.
One enemy remaining.
Gone. 3 gone.
One enemy remaining.
Back to work.